students, we are again on to the new poem, new lesson. Lines written in early spring, written by William Wordsworth. Lines written in early spring. As the title indicates, is a poem that tells us man should be in harmony with nature. Man should always be in concord with nature. And as we know, William Wordsworth is a romantic poet. Romantic poets romantic poets stood for nature, preservation of nature. They try to promote human relationship with nature. They try to promote family relationship. They stood for love, and they stood for everything which is for nature. So that is there reckons romantic period is a period when industrialization was about to grip the human society. Industrialization was about to capture the mindset of human society, and here the romantic poets, Wordsworth being a member of the romanticism, is telling us the importance of nature to the human world, to us. Okay. So we shall look at the profile of William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a major English romantic poet. His famous collection of poems, lyrical ballads, written the company of Samuel Taylor St. Coleridge. He became prominent with the publication of the lyrical ballads. He was a poet laureate in 1843. His famous works include Daffodils, Lucy Gray, etc. He is commonly known as the poet of nature. Again, let us begin the poem. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sate reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sate reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Look here. He was telling us that even though he saw happiness around him in nature, his mind was filled with sad thoughts. It has some historical significance. It is a time when French Revolution turned into bloodshed violence. Anarchy and chaos prevailed there in European atmosphere. England being a neighboring country of France then, everything which happened there in France affected the English people too. And he is telling us, I heard 1,000 blended notes. See, not a single note he heard, 1,000 blended notes. Exaggeration of the sound that he heard. Figure of speech here is hyperbole. And in a grove I sat reclined. He was sitting in a grove. He was sitting in a garden. He was trying to take rest there. And in that sweet mood, he was in a sweet mood. Pleasant thoughts came to his mind. Suddenly, certain sad memories, sad thoughts also came to his mind. He filled his mind. അപ്പോൾ ഞാനിങ്ങനെ 1000 സ്വരങ്ങൾ ഞാൻ കേട്ടു. ഇവിടെ ഇരുന്നപ്പോൾ ഞാനൊരു പൂന്തോട്ടത്തിൽ ഇരുന്ന് വിശ്രമിക്കുമ്പോൾ sate is an old English form of sat. In that sweet mood, ആ സന്തോഷഭരിതമായ ആ ഒരു മൂഡിലിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ when my heart was filled with pleasant thoughts, suddenly came to my mind certain sad thoughts. What is that sad thoughts about? എന്തായിരുന്നു ആ sad thoughts? As I told you, this first stanza has historical significance. Again, let's move to the second stanza. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man hath made of man. He is trying to he is trying to connect human being with nature. He says that the nature, he tells us that the nature is linked with human soul, and that human soul is running through me. He is connecting to the human soul. He is connecting human soul with nature. Human being is one of the fair work of nature, and much it grieved my heart to think. Again, sad memories come to his mind, and he is asking himself what man has made of man. All around the world, there is shall I say, all around the world, everything which you hear regarding the people is the news of bloodshed and war. There is some sort of discord between man and man. There is some sort of disharmony between man and man. He is in disharmony with nature. He is in disharmony with his own fellow people. അപ്പോൾ കവി പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? To her fair work did nature link human soul that through me ran. ഈ നേച്ചറും ഹ്യൂമൻ സോളും തമ്മിൽ ലിങ്ക്ഡ് ആണ്. ഈ നേച്ചർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ ഫെയർ വർക്ക് ഓഫ് ഗോഡ്. ഈ നേച്ചറുമായിട്ട് ഹ്യൂമൻ സോൾ ലിങ്ക്ഡ് ആണ്. ഈ ഹ്യൂമൻ സോളാണ് എന്നിലും ഉള്ളത്. ഇതൊക്കെയാണെങ്കിലും എൻ്റെ ഹൃദയം എന്താണ്? വേദനിക്കുന്നു. ഗ്രീവ്, ഫീൽ സാഡ് on thinking what man is doing to his fellow being. മനുഷ്യൻ എന്താണ് തൻ്റെ ജീവജാലങ്ങളോട്, തൻ്റെ ഫെല്ലോ ബീയിങ്ങിനോട് മറ്റ് മനുഷ്യരോട് ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന് ഓർക്കുമ്പോൾ ഐ ഫീൽ വെരി സാഡ്. Through primrose tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreath, and it is my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. To this, through primrose tuft in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths. It is faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. Again, look at the previous stanza. To her fair work did nature link. Nature is personified here. Nature is personified here. To her fair work. Nature is denoted, is nature is pointed out like a woman. ഒരു സ്ത്രീ എന്ന രീതിയിൽ ഷീ ഈസ് അഡ്രസ്ഡ് ആസ് എ വുമൺ. ടു ഹർ ഫെയർ വർക്ക് ഡിഡ് നേച്ചർ ലിവ്. So let's come to the third paragraph, third stanza. Through primrose tuft in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreath. See, primrose. Primrose. See, different kinds of primrose flower. Another one, primrose. Some of you might have seen these flowers. Again, periwinkle. Different kinds of flowers, periwinkle and primrose. So, poet is telling us through periwinkle tufts. What do you mean by tufts? See, a grass or plants growing closely together. അപ്പോൾ ടഫ്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? തിക്കായിട്ടുള്ള പൂക്കളുടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പ്ലാന്റ്സിൻ്റെ ഒരു ശേഖരം, കെട്ടെന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് പറയാം, വള്ളിക്കെട്ടെന്നൊക്കെ വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. പ്ലാന്റ്സ് എല്ലാം കൂടെ ബുഷിയായിട്ട്, we can say a bush like structure. അപ്പം through the periwinkle tuft in that green bower. What do you mean by bower? See, again the meaning is there. Vallikudi, an arch-like form or plants forming, growing in the shape of an arch. Plants growing in the shape of an arch. അപ്പം മരങ്ങൾക്കിടയിൽ, ഈ വള്ളിക്കെട്ടുകൾക്കിടയിൽ, വള്ളിപ്പടർപ്പുകൾക്കിടയിൽ, while I was sitting under the green bower, what happened? Through that green bower, this periwinkle and primrose, this periwinkle and primrose appear. Poet is telling us about picturizing the beauty of nature by drawing such flowers like primrose and periwinkle. They form something like a wreath. They form like a wreath. Through primrose tuft in that green bower, we can imagine the picture from the two lines there in that stanza. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഈ ഒരു രണ്ട് ലൈനുകളിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഈ ഒരു മനോഹാരിത, നേച്ചറിൻ്റെ മനോഹാരിത നമുക്ക് Imagine ചെയ്യാം. Suppose we are standing under a green bower, an arch-like form, thick bushy plants which grew up in the shape of an arch. Under the shade of that arch, in that arch, what all flowers shoot up? Primrose shoot up through the green arch. Again, periwinkle shoot up through the green arch. അപ്പം ഈ ഒരു ആർച്ച് മാതിരിയുള്ള ആ ഒരു ഇലക്കെട്ടുകൾക്കിടയിൽ നിന്ന് പ്രിംറോസ് അതേമാതിരി പെരുവിങ്കിളൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ തല ഉയർത്തി നിൽക്കുന്നു. And it is my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. So nature is enjoying the air, but man is not at all. Nature is enjoying the air. Every flower, everything around him is enjoying the beauty of nature, but man has got no time to enjoy the beauty of nature. He is engaged in other activities. He is engaged in battle. He is engaged in a world of chaos. He is engaged in a world of disharmony. He is involved in an atmosphere of anarchy. So now he takes us to in the earliest previous stanza he was taking us to the condition of the flowers and plants, and now he shows us the condition of birds around him. Birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. Again he is taking us to the merriment of birds around him. Birds are hopping and playing. From the movements they make, I can understand the enjoyment they have, happiness they enjoy in their mind. The least motion they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The pleasure they enjoy, the thrill they can feel while being in nature, while enjoying the flowers and a breeze of nature. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു മനോഹരമായ ഈ പ്രകൃതി ഒരുക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു സന്തോഷങ്ങൾ എൻജോയ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവരുടെ ചലനങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ എനിക്ക് അളക്കാൻ കഴിയും. എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ കഴിയും. ഐ ക്യാൻ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ഹൗ ഹാപ്പി ദേ ആർ, എത്ര സന്തോഷത്തിലാണെന്ന്. ബേഡ്സ് അറൗണ്ട് മീ ഹോപ്പ് ആൻഡ് പ്ലേഡ്. ഹോപ്പ്, ജമ്പ് വിത്ത് ലൈറ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്സ്, തത്തിക്കളിക്കുക എന്ന് നമ്മൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയും. ആൻഡ് പ്ലേഡ്, ഇപ്പം എനിക്ക് ചുറ്റുമുള്ള കിളികളെല്ലാം സന്തോഷത്തിൽ തത്തി ഇലകളിൽ, മരച്ചില്ലകളിൽ, ബ്രാഞ്ചസുകളിൽ തത്തിക്കളിക്കുക. ദേ ആർ ഫിൽഡ് വിത്ത് joy, they are enjoying the nature which is provided by God. Again, the budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air. Not only the birds, not only the flowers, even the budding twigs, even the small twigs, they spread out their fan. They spread out their leaves to catch the breezy air. The budding twigs. What do you mean by budding twigs? What do you mean by twig? See, we shall find the meaning from the dictionary itself. Twig, small shoot-ups of a plant, a small thin branch of a tree or a bush without any leaves. See, the picture is here. leaves haven't appeared, they are about to appear. ഇലകൾ പ്രത്യക്ഷപ്പെട്ടിട്ടില്ല, അവർ പ്രത്യക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ തുടങ്ങുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air. These twigs are about to spread out their fan, about to spread out their leaves to enjoy the breezy air, enjoy the happiness of the air, enjoy the slow breeze, gentle breeze. I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. From the movement of all these things, from the gestures, all these things around us, around me, I can understand there was pleasure everywhere except in the heart of man. എല്ലായിടവും സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്, പക്ഷേ എവിടെ ഒഴികെ? മനുഷ്യഹൃദയത്തിൽ ഒഴികെ. If this beliefs from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? See, I am presenting in front of you a thought. A man should be in friendship with nature. Man should understand, man should learn the lesson from the birds around him. Man should learn the lesson from the flowers around him. Man should learn the lessons from the budding twigs around him. Man should be in harmony with nature. This is the lesson, this is the belief, and this is the belief which God had sent to you. This idea is presented not by myself, it is a heaven sent idea. It is a holy plan of nature. This idea is according to the holy plan of nature. If this be so, the poet is asking himself, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? I am about to cry. I can only lament, I can only cry. What man about the fate of man now? What man has made of man? മനുഷ്യൻ എന്താണ് ഈ കാണിക്കുന്നത് എന്നോർത്തെനിക്ക് സഹതപിക്കാനേ കരയുവാനേ എനിക്ക് കഴിയൂ. Let us come to the figure of speech here. As I told you, I heard 1,000 blended notes. Is it? 1,000 blended notes. Example of hyperbole. Again, what is the? Look at the rhyme scheme there. The rhyming words there. Notes and thoughts. Let us name it A. Again, B, A, reclined and mind, B. So rhyming scheme is AB, AB. Rhyming words are notes and thoughts in the first stanza. Okay, let us move to the next one. Next stanza. As I told you, to her fair work did nature link. Nature is compared to, is personified here. Is personified as a addressed as a woman, as a lady. So is personification. Again, the human soul that through me ran Much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. See a repetition of that ma and ma. Alliteration. 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 Again, through primrose stuff in that green bower. Look here, primrose, periwinkle, all these are images. We can see the picture of primrose. Again, green bower and periwinkle, all in our mind. I have displayed the picture before you on the screen. Again, when you hear the word rose flower, the picture of rose flower will appear in your mind. Again, look here again, personification. Enjoys the air it breathes. Every flower enjoys the air it breathes. See? Flower is personified. അപ്പം ഈ പൂവിനെ എന്തായിട്ട് ഒരു വ്യക്തിയായിട്ട്, ഒരു പേഴ്സണായിട്ട് കരുതുന്നു. ഇറ്റ്സ് പേഴ്സോണിഫൈഡ്. എൻജോയ് ദ എവറി ഫ്ലവർ എൻജോയ് ദ എയർ ഇറ്റ്സ് ബ്രീത്ത്. പേഴ്സോണിഫിക്കേഷൻ. Then shall go to next. Bird around my hopped. Again, look here, rhyme scheme also. Look here, bower, flower, reads and breathes. A, B, A, B. The flower around me hopped and played. Their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pressure. The budding twigs. Again, when we hear the word budding twigs, we can see, we can make a mind picture of this word. To catch the breezy air. The budding twigs spread out their fan. It is again personification. Again, this is a visual image. Visual image. I must think, do all I can, that there was pressure there, okay? Again, let's if this belief from heaven be sent, if such be man's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Again, there is another one which I skipped. Again, look here. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air. Breezy air. Here also an image. What is it? We can feel the air. When the poet says the breezy air, we can feel it. The breeze touching our gentle breeze, tickling our body. നമ്മളുടെ ആ ജെൻറ്റിൽ ബ്രീസ് നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തെ ഇക്കിളിയാക്കുന്നത് നമുക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ടാക്ടൈൽ ഇമേജ്. See what do you mean by tactile image? Let us see what do you mean by tactile. Tactile. See? Sense of touch. Tactile. So it's a tactile image. Again, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? When we say the word lament, we can hear the cry. Auditory image. Lament. Auditory image. So, I think that's all about the figures of speech here. Is there any alliteration that I have skipped? The least motion which they made, M and M, alliteration. Again, and it is my faith that every flower, F and F, alliteration. So, alliteration, wait for a while. Okay. Alliteration, ALLITERATION. Okay. What else? Okay, that's all for the day. Read the poem thoroughly. Read the poem, go through the poem once or twice. Watch this video, replay it as many times as you can and understand the meaning. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ഈ വീഡിയോ കാണുക. വീഡിയോ കണ്ടിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയങ്ങളുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്നോട് ചോദിക്കുക. 1, 2, 3 പ്രാവശ്യം ഇത് റീപ്ലൈ ചെയ്ത് കാണുക. Alliteration is a repetition of the consonant sounds. As I told you, F, the sound F, fa, is repeated here, one after the other in the same line. So it is an example of alliteration. Again, image എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? വേർഡ് പിക്ചറുകളാണ്. നമ്മൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു വാക്ക് കേട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ when we see ഈ പ്രിംറോസ് ടഫ്റ്റ്, അപ്പോൾ ഈ പ്രിംറോസുകളുടെ ഒരു ബഞ്ച്, അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ ഓടിയെത്തുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ പെരിവിങ്കിൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു വാക്ക് കേൾക്കുമ്പോഴേ വാട്ട് കംസ് ടു അവർ മൈൻഡ് ഈസ് ദ പിക്ചർ ഓഫ് എ പെരിവിങ്കിൾ ഫ്ലവർ. അപ്പോൾ പെരിവിങ്കിൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആ പൂവിൻ്റെ ചിത്രമാണ് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ ഓടിയെത്തുന്നത്. സോ ദീസ് ആർ images can be of different kind. Visual image, again auditory image. When we hear this, when we see the word thunder, ഇടിമുഴക്കം വന്ന് കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളുടെ ചെവിയിൽ എന്താണ്? ഇടിമുഴങ്ങുന്ന സൗണ്ട് നമുക്ക് കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റും. When we feel the gentle breeze, when we read the word gentle breeze, ഇളം കാറ്റിൻ്റെ തെന്നൽ നമുക്ക് we can feel it, നമുക്ക് അനുഭവിച്ചറിയാൻ പറ്റും. That is tactile image. Again, thunder, the word thunder denotes an auditory image. ശബ്ദവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ചിത്രം. So auditory image is here in this poem. What is it? Which one is it? Auditory image is there. Auditory image ഉണ്ട് ഈ കവിതയിൽ. ഏതാണ് auditory image? I have told you earlier. എന്താണ് auditory image? Yes, 1000 blended notes. സ്വരമാണ് അല്ലേ, 1000 സ്വരങ്ങൾ ഞാൻ കേട്ടു എന്ന് കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ we can hear the music. Auditory image, again it is an hyperbole. 1000 blended, not 1 or 2, 1000. So that's all about this lesson. Go through the lesson. Ask me your doubts. Okay, thank you.